Hello friends, yo the Lonesome Gamer, and I'm playing Zpocalypse. And the situation is pretty bad. I'm at the combat phase of the first night, and we have many zombies here, few more there. And my squads are not really strong, especially that one here. Well, both consist only of 2 survivors, which is not much, and they have only 1 weapon. So the other one has to fight with a bare hand, which is definitely not a good thing if you have to fight lots of zombies. Anyway, let's see if we can do this. So first, let's take a closer look at the map. These are the walls, and the walls are indicated by these red lines here or there. And this glowing, this pink glowing here indicates that this is part of a starting tile. And well, the walls block line of sight and movement. Then we have these radioactive symbols and these biohazard symbols. And you can move through these, but you take 1 damage. Zombies can move through these without any damage. And then you have these, well, kind of no parking signs. And well, obviously you cannot move through these spaces with that sign. Furthermore, there are these search symbols where you can search for specific items. Here the armory, here we have food. I think that's basically it. And yes, there is these triangles here, these yellow triangles. And you can enter these spaces, but then your movement ends. So they slow you down, and then with the next action you can move again. Well, yeah. Okay. So let's start with the first squad. It's them, and that is not a perfect idea. It's the blue squad, and you can see this, well, but the color is underneath the squad. So if you have 2 survivors on a squad marker, you can't really see the color anymore. So it's not very helpful. Now every squad has 2 actions. And first, the squads will do their actions, and then the zombies, at least in the first night. The combat phase goes on until everybody, until each zombie is killed, or until one of the squads is killed. Because of the scenario. Normally you could go on until every survivor is killed, but in this case, when the first starting survivor is killed, here loses the first survivor, then the game is over. Okay. The question now is, does that mean if you lose any survivor, or if you lose the survivor you started the game with? What does mean your first survivor? That's an interesting question. Is it the first time you lose a survivor? I don't think so, actually. I think it means but I'm really not sure about that. I always thought it means if you lose the survivor you started your game with. No idea here. Anyway, we can now do 2 actions with the blue squad. And in general, you can do these actions here. You can either attack, you can heal by spending something like that, for example, a duct tape or a medikit. You can search, you can move your speed, you can trade, but that's for free, that doesn't count as an action. You can trade with adjacent survivors, but no weapons or survivors. You can reload by spending an ammo, or you can use a special ability of one of the survivors. Okay, so let's see what I can do now. So I think the idea for this team is I want to move here, block the entrance here, so that the zombies cannot surround me, and then I will try to fight always the zombie which is standing here in front of the door. But before I do this, I will search. I will do a search action and search this armory here. So I have a smart value of 2. That means now I can roll 2 dice, and for every 5 or 6 I'm allowed to draw an armory card. Well, no success, so I didn't find anything, but I can search again if I like. But I won't do it. I simply move here now, try to block the entrance and try to fight then the zombies off. And then it's the other squad, and they are here inside the bunker. And now I have to make a decision. Normally it's a good idea to defend the bunker, simply because zombies try to enter the bunker, and they will then simply eat your survivors. Well, maybe the best idea would be simply to close the bunker, but that's not quite our style. So what we do is we have to defend the bunker, or we let the survivors be eaten. And that is probably what I'm going to do, simply because our squad is too weak to fight the hordes of zombies off. So I think I will leave the bunker, and that is my first movement step. That will bring me here to the bunker entrance. I could also move here. There's also a bunker entrance, but I'll leave the bunker here, and I have a speed of 5. So that was 1. Then I move here 2. 3. I cannot move directly on this space here because there is this little corner here, so I have to move like this. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and because this is radioactive, I will lose 1 life point. And 5. And then I move on. I do a second move action now, and I will move over this biohazard space, so that costs me another life point. And then I can enter here this space where I can search for armory cards. But I can only do this in the next turn, because now my 2 actions are done. Okay, so now let's start with the zombie phase. We have here on our Something's Happening card, here we have the movement value of the zombies. During night 1, each zombie can move 3 spaces. Normally zombies will always move to the closest bunker entrance. This changes if one squad comes into line of sight and is up to 4 spaces away. So let's start here. First, this guy moves, he moves here, and then he sees the squad through the door and he's gonna attack them now. Then they start to move 1, and actually zombies can move through other zombies, and because now the squad is not in line of sight, well, that is a little difficult. I would say he moves here in the direction of the bunker. So that is 1, 2, 3. But that is a little hard to say. I mean, you could also say, okay, if he's here, then they will see that squad, but they cannot stop here because there's only 1 miniature allowed on 1 space. So, yeah, I think they move here. So that would be 3 then. And they normally take the shortest way, obviously. Furthermore, we have these guys, 1, 2, and he cannot move on. And that might be 2, 3. I think he will move here like that, probably. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he can go for this bunker entrance, for example, here. So it's 1, 2. Well, let me see. This guy can enter the bunker. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. And then he can take his 3rd step. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. So now we have 3 zombies in the bunker, which is pretty bad. And this here is not a wall, because there is no red line. I think it's just a marking on the street or so. So they can simply cross that line. 1, 2, 3. They cannot move through here because of that fire here. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Okay. So they will actually go for this bunker entrance. But the squad will be in line of sight pretty soon, and then they will go for the squad in the next turn probably. Okay. And now they attack. And well, basically we have only 1 attack, and that is here. These 2 zombies attack my squad. And I can now try to push them away to prevent them from attacking. And this is a defensive roll. So each survivor in my squad can now roll a die, and if I roll a 5 or 6, 1 attacking zombie will not attack. So let's hope for the best here. That was a very bad roll. And now both zombies attack. Remember, these are 2 zombies, the yellow-green ones. And they now simply roll 2 dice. And this is the damage points I take, and then I can subtract my armor value, and these are then the hits points that I will take. Okay, that's not too bad. I was lucky here. That's only 5 damage. Minus 2, which is my armor value. So that is 13, so now I'm at 10. That's not too bad. Okay, and now it's a pretty simple decision. I will simply attack the zombies here. And I have to decide which weapons I will use. There is not a big difference actually. I will use the... Well, I guess I will use this homebrewer's keg. But I don't use the liquid courage. I just use the normal roll here. and then I use the baseball bat. So both weapons will kill on a 5 or Z. So what I do now is I roll 2 red dice, and yeah, roll a 5 or 6. I killed 1 zombie. That was bad. So this attack was not successful, but I have a second action, so I can try to attack again. This time I was successful, so 1 zombie is killed. So I simply replace that miniature like that, and each killed zombie brings me a victory point. So go on here. And then it's this squad, and they also have 2 actions, and they will now search for armory. They have a smarts value of 3, because Julie Hunter is really clever. So now we can roll 3 dice, and for each 5 or 6 we can draw a card. Oh man, you're kidding. Yeah, that was terrible. So again, we will roll at least 1 success. Okay. And that is a melee weapon. That's not too bad. A hatchet. This lightweight weapon was handy to slice and dice wood. Now it slices and dices zombies. Okay. And dice wood. Okay, let's see now. So, as long as we're untrained, we roll 1 die and kill on a 5 or Z. If we had to use our bare hands, we had the problem that we then can only roll a die and kill on a 6. So it's definitely a better chance if we have a weapon. Okay, so these were our 2 actions, and after searching we have now to draw a token from this search cup, and let's see what that is. So that's a 2. So as long as this number is equal or lower than the number of our smarts value, we can search this this armory a second time. After we've done so, this is flipped and we cannot search it again. Okay. And then we will again move the zombies. So let's see now. Well, this guy, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Doesn't really matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm wondering to which bunker entrance this one will move. They're both the same distance away, so I think he will split up actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, no, this is faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so you will move here. 1, 2. Well, it would be a 3. And this guy moves here. Oh, actually, I forgot, of course. Sorry for that. But there are zombies in the bunker. And each zombie will now eat one of the survivors. They are already exhausted. So first they eat the dog. Then they eat poor David. And then they will eat Aussie Aunt. Okay. So these survivors are all killed now, and of course there are now 3 additional zombies inside the bunker. Okay. And now we have the zombie movement in the second turn here, so this guy moves in here. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So the bunker is now really full of zombies. And well, he will actually not move because he's after our squad. And here it's not so clear after all. I think they might go... this is difficult. I think they can move through the window here, eh? I'm not so sure about that, but it looks like this. Yeah, probably. So they will go for the bunker because line of sight goes not through zombies. So in this case, he will go for the bunker, and because the line doesn't go in here, I think he can also move like that. But this is all not so clear. So it's 1, 2, no, 1, maybe it's better if you move like that. 1, 2, yeah, that's basically it. He cannot enter this space because there is already another zombie. Okay, so that's it here, and then we have the zombies here, and these guys enter now here, and they see now the squad here and go here. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. And they don't see the squad, so they move away. And they cannot move through here because I think this space is blocked by this thing, and this space is blocked by this. So even there seems to be a gap. I think it's not possible to move through here. It might be too small. So they have to walk around like this. Okay. And then we have an attack, and well, Frank the Tank is killed. And instead of him, there'll be now a new zombie. Okay, so they're now all here inside the bunker. It's pretty bad. They will go after my squads in the next turn. But for now, this guy actually attacked them, but we can try to push him away. So let's see. No success here. And then we roll 1 die to see how many hits we take. That's just a 1. That's good. So we don't take a hit because we have a combat value of 2. Well, this one is a little more difficult. There are actually now 4 zombies. I can try to defend myself with 2 dice, and well, that was lucky. That was great. So only 2 will attack. So again, I roll now 2 dice. That wasn't that great. Okay, so that's a 9 minus 2, 7 hit points. So I'm down at 7 now. Okay, here we go. So I guess that's it then. Okay, so now once again I will do an attack here. And they roll 2 dice. Let's hope we can kill that zombie. And yes, success, very good. And another victory point for the blue squad. And then I'm not sure if I want to do anything else here, because actually my situation is not too bad there. There won't be too many attacks. Might be a good idea to stay there and fight off all these zombie hordes that are coming now. And now these guys have also a problem. They have to fight, and they will now roll also also 2 dice as an attack. They use the hatchet and the Beretta, and they also hit on a 5 or 6 with both weapons. But now, in addition, they have to roll a blue dice to see if the Beretta will be out of ammo at the end of this fight. And if they roll a click, that will be the case. Let's see. Oh man, unbelievable. No hit. So we can now try a second attack. Well, at least 1 hit. Not exactly great. Okay, so this is then a victory points for them. Yeah, and now it's the zombies again. Okay, so now there are no more survivors in the bunker. And that means that now the zombies will go for the closest squad. And they have now 2 additional movement points. So that means now these guys will move here. And basically all of them will end up somewhere here. Okay, now this is the situation. And the chances are pretty bad, actually. Especially for these guys here, they probably will die now, and then the game is already over. So, first let's see here the attack. This is not going to be too bad, I hope. So my 2 survivors can try to fight them off. No success here. So now let's roll 2 dice. And that was lucky, a 3. So they just take 1 damage. Pretty good. So this position is actually a pretty good one. These guys, they are in trouble. They can try to, well, they are attacked by 5 zombies. So they roll 2 dice. Whoa, that was lucky. And that was definitely necessary. They could push away 2 zombies, but they're still attacked by 3. So we roll 3 dice, and if we roll a 9, then they're dead. Nope! That's an 8. That is unbelievable. Okay, well, we managed to survive until now. But, yeah. Okay. So, because we have 2 life points, we lose now only 6. And that means we have 1 life point left. Okay, here we go. So our chances are not really good. The bad thing is we don't have any way to heal here. We could search for items, but yeah. We must find the time to do this, and this won't be so easy. So it might be a good idea to run away from these guys. Let's see what we can do here. Okay, I might actually have a chance to survive this if I simply run always in circles. The problem is that the map is pretty small for now, so I can't do too many moves here, but let's see, we can move through here. So that is 1, 2. Oh no, that's a better. Oh gosh, I see now the problem. There's the biohazard. So I'm simply not allowed to move through there. I would be dead right away. Oh gosh. Well, that's now a big problem. Okay, so I I don't have a chance. I have to fight them. This is the only thing I can do, actually. So I have to roll 2 dice and 1 armor die. Let's hope for the best here. Well, at least 1 hit. That gives me another victory point. Let me see. I could say I killed this guy here. Oh, but then there would be 2 here. That doesn't really help. 1 here. Okay, so that's another victory point right here. And then I can try the same again. Maybe I'm extremely lucky here. No, I'm not. Okay, I'm out of ammo and I didn't kill anybody. So all I can do is basically I can discard the ammo, reload my weapon, but I'm afraid I won't survive the next turn. So there's actually I can attack here, by the way. These 2 guys, they can do an attack. So that's the first one, that's a hit. And the second one, nope. But at least only 1 zombie remaining here. Okay. Well, okay, that's probably it for now. Yeah, and then we have the zombie turn. And now, well, they stay there, they will simply attack. And here we also have movement. And as I said, all the zombies always try to connect. They move a little bit like water, and they always try to get close to this guy. So in general, this now means that we can, for example, change this one with that. So there are again now 2 zombies here, and then always 1 zombie moved to the next one. So only here at the end is now 1 zombie left. Oh, and I forgot another victory point here. So let's see now what happens here. Yeah, basically you can forget that. Okay, that's probably it. We can roll. Nope. Okay, so 4 zombies will attack, and there is no way we can survive this. That's it. And yeah, that's the end of the squad. So that's the end of the game. Yeah. Well, if you think that was disappointing, I agree completely. It was, definitely. Question is, if I could have played that better, if I was that stupid, if I made such a big mistake that that for some reason I had no chance, or if the game is simply a little bit unbalanced. To be honest, I think the latter is the case. So what I'm going to try now is I will give this a second shot. But now I will play this in a different way. Yeah, I think I will now I will play now the main scenario. So this is this scenario, and you start here with 2 survivors per squad, and you can also use these goals. And I will try to do this because that gives you the opportunity to gain victory points, and that might make it a little easier, because if you got victory points you can improve your skills. Okay, so let's see how this goes. Hope to see you then. I will upload this now, and well, maybe until my next video. Bye.